Hey guys, it's Autumn here, and welcome to another sketchbook tour. Today we're looking at a sketchbook that is nearly 5 years old, at least from the beginning of this sketchbook. The last thing in here is about a year old, so it is old in general. It's one of the Canson XL Mixed Media sketchbooks. It is a 9x12, and it is one of the first sketchbooks that I ever got for specifically mixed media, so painting and markers and things like that. I didn't have markers when I started the sketchbook. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I didn't know if I was going to go into art as I got older when I got this sketchbook. The only things of interest are I wrote my name on the top of this one. I put a piece of tape over my last name just because, and it's got little jelly roll smiley faces from when I first bought the pen. So let's start. The first thing in this sketchbook is a painting of Invader Zim. I have written on these pages in red. It probably won't show up. So my best guess is this painting is from about 2013, because I think that's when I got into watching the cartoon, because it was on Hulu. So I watched the entire thing through and I decided, hey, I'm going to paint him. And in accordance with painting Zim, we have Gur, who goes off the top of the page because I don't know how to space. I think Zim came out better than Gur did, but either way. And I've signed both of these in cursive as opposed to my signature. This next one is a watercolor painting. I didn't really know how to use watercolor, so this is just me trying my best. It's a mermaid. If you didn't know, I wrote a children's book when I was 11 about mermaids, and I have had an obsession with mermaids since forever. This is my first attempt of drawing. I think this was when gay marriage was legalized at all of 13, and I was just like, oh, that's awesome. Okay, rainbows and stuff. And I've got Love Wins written very tiny on the top of this page. We've got a very angry anime girl with a ponytail. I really didn't utilize the size of these pages. We've got another girl weird anime face. This looks like a Danny Phantom nose and a mouth, so I don't know what's going on there. And eyeballs? I'm assuming I was testing out different styles. That's my guess. The next two pages are actually pieces that I'm proud of because I know how long Younger Me took to make them. If you didn't know, I am a big Captain Sparkles fan. I've loved his stuff since I started watching YouTube videos, and one of my favorite series of all times is Maya Knight is this co-op world that was a series with Syndicate, Jericho, Firefox, and Captain Sparkles at the time. There were the Optic guys, like Optic Nadeshot was on, and Champwan and Declan, who's community MC, if I remember correctly. This series is from 2014, so this piece itself is a 2014 drawing in itself, because that's when the series started. And for those of you who don't know, this is Ironite. She is the goddess that Captain Sparkles created as the balance between Mayanite and Dianite. Mayanite being the god of light, Dianite being the god of evil and hell and the nether. So I drew her. She's got this little bun. She's got this little headpiece. Ender Eye staff. This was kind of my interpretation of her. This flower, I don't really know why I put the flower there, but I'm not going to question it. In the series, she says directly to him, at least through chat message, that Sparkles, you created me. So I changed it to Sparkles, he created me, because it fit better with the piece. I've got a little tiny Captain Sparkles, and at the top I have written Sparkly Bum, because that's what my brother and I used to call him, and that's what Syndicate called him when they were playing, is Sparkly Bum or Sparkly Pants or Sparkly Man, something like that. So I drew a little tiny Captain Sparkles. He's kind of cute and I still like this one. I also played a lot of League of Legends, so I drew Leona, who is a tank support. And yeah, I liked this piece. I still am kind of proud of it. It looks good for when I did it. The proportions are a little wonky. Her head is very large. But overall, I took into account a lot of detailing and I took my time. This is a sketch of Diana. It says the moon is victorious on the top. We're just gonna keep moving. I did a lot of these This is Annie, who's a little girl who summons a teddy bear. This is Ash, the Heartbreaker skin, which I don't know. This is just a terrifying face. Like, is this person on drugs? What is going on? Why are their eyes so large? Why are their pupils so dilated? This is something that I think I worked very hard on. It looks like I even tried combining colors and colored pencils, and I outlined it, and it looks like something I took a long time on. I personally don't remember why it says freedom, but it's what it says. Another mermaid, because I was very much a mermaid person. The proportions aren't awful. Her chest is quite large, and her facial proportions are strange, but not bad for young Autumn. I was trying. And now we have reached the Tokyo Ghoul anime manga stage of things. This is Kaneki, or Ken Kaneki, or Kaneki Ken. I don't even know. I still don't know how the name is supposed to be said. But I really, really, really enjoyed Tokyo Ghoul. So there is about a bajillion drawings of Kaneki between all of the sketchbooks that I own. This is one of them, and his face is, like, stretched, and I don't question it. And he's got a blood tear thing, so I tried again. As you can see, except he has, no, it's just a different outfit. And I tried again, and I don't know what this jaw is, like, is it an underbite? It looks like an underbite. I did a nice job on the patch. This one isn't awful. It's a nice front-facing thing of Kaneki. The eye patch is decent, the eye is decent, everything is very large and very proportionate, but I was very proud of it. And more evidence of the anime phase. Did a very good job of hiding a lot of this, though, because I didn't draw a whole bunch in sketchbooks. I drew more digitally, and that was even worse, and I don't even have any of those anymore. Oh, we've got this little guy. So there's this game called The Grey Garden that Maddie and I really like, and we don't really play it anymore, but we used to love playing it over and over again. So this is Kakalb, which is black spelt backwards, and he's saying Gur Etsu, and I don't know why. Etsu is the other character in the game, like the two main god characters, and they're like best friend, lovers, weird things. And I was drawing our friend Caleb as Kakalb because he played Riven, and it's just a Riven for life thing, and it's Kakalb with that. Yeah, it was a weird concept. And then this is me trying to figure out how much money I needed for game stuff. A doodle of myself, I can only assume. I think there was writing on this page that I long erased and scribbled out. Vagar, I don't know why I was trying to draw him, but I didn't do too bad of a job on this. The top one I scribbled out because greatness. This just looks like I was designing a dress because I was bored and doodling with markers and colored pencils and things. Or trying to figure out body shape, that might be it. It's a possibility. This is something I drew in 2017. I marked it in red pencil here. It's very, very faint. I think I was trying to figure out body proportions, and this was the only open page in the sketchbook still, so. We now enter the Steven Universe phase. We've got, I think this is pastel. I think this is a pastel thing of Lapis, who is my favorite character. Besides Blue Diamond. I really enjoy Blue Diamond's character and her voice and everything. She's just really cool. We've got Pearl with pastel as well. It didn't come out as nicely as Lapis, but that's okay. I tried sketching Garnet, which is okay. Her head is very large. Amethyst, who is, I think, the best proportioned out of all of them, except for her arm. Peridot, who I scribbled because I was very unhappy with her head. Another Lapis. This is, I think, nail polish. I think I used nail polish for this, and acrylic. I don't know why, but it is sparkly, so, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I did another one. This is her on her tower when she goes up into space to avoid the crystal gems. This also has sparkly nail polish on it. And I think I was trying to put a clear coat over it to protect this part because it wasn't as shiny as this. And it turned out to not be clear coat and white shiny. So, yeah. We now enter Gravity Falls. As you can see, you can tell what fandom I'm in at the moment in time, or which ones are most affecting my life by what's being drawn. This is a Bill Cipher lady, and I don't know why. This is, it says War and Glory, Reinvention, Fuse and Freedom, Her Attention, Out in Daylight, My Potential, Bold, Precise, Experimental. This is from the Steven Universe, the episode that was a musical. What is it? It's Mr. Greg. From the episode Mr. Greg when Pearl is singing about her. More Falls, I was thinking about Journal 1, what that would look like, Stance Fez, and I wrote down an idea for a story, I think. This was the summer of 2016. This was the cipher hunt that was going on, and I decided to draw some really creepy stuff, because it's what I do. This is an OC, definitely not my OC. This is another person who's far more talented than mine. I used to, when I was on Tumblr a lot, when I was 16, I followed this person, and they wrote stories about Stan and this lady, or Stanford and this lady, and yeah, she's cool. She was like his lab assistant or something. Really cool. I really liked her. Steven. Just kind of doodles and things and writing, because I ramble. We have the Gem OC. I think there's only one in this sketchbook in particular, but there's another sketchbook that I have that has like 6 of them in it. This is apparently Peter Sight. I think that's how you say it, Peter Sight, who I decided needed to be in Blue Diamond's court, and she looks strange. I like her hair, though. I think I did a decent job. Her thigh gap is low, and she has, like, no hips, so that's interesting, but not bad. This is 2017 stuff. This is when I started drawing again and started, like, taking my time and trying to design something. I can tell you this was directly influenced by Doodle Date, because my brother and I started watching Doodle Date and wanted to start drawing together. So a lot of this stuff is Doodle Date inspired or because of Doodle Date directly. I drew this one because I wanted to draw and see if I could get some nice proportions and things after watching a bunch of videos. This is outlined in, I think, black Sharpie and pen. And yeah, the lips and the eyes are directly, and the ear are directly influenced from Steph's designs in Doodle Date, and I think the bodies and the face style are more Adam, if I'm remembering correctly. This is a very heavily influenced by the way Steph draws. Lam and I wanted to do like a colored pencil thing, so with the few colored pencils that we had, we decided to draw. I drew a fire lady. She's got like this fire snake, but his proportions make no sense as he wraps around her. Yeah, her proportions aren't bad, though. She's got some hips, though. I don't know what's up with that. This was a 3-marker challenge Liam and I did. I recently did one again with him, and I couldn't find this for it, but yeah. So I got this green. There's a very, very pale gray for shadowing on here, and this super vibrant red. It was interesting, to say the least. We had fun, though. We didn't really know what we were doing. We used, what are they? They're the Illustrator markers. What are they? The Spectrum? I think they're Spectrum markers, I want to say. This is before we got Ohuhu markers, and this 3-marker thing was definitely inspired by either, I think it was inspired by Doodle Date and Bailey J, I want to say. This is a creepy mermaid that I drew. She's very strange. I like her eyes. I feel like I did a very nice job on those, and her mouth isn't bad. This is when I started adding the little lines under the nose, I guess. This is where I drew square hands because it's the only thing I have. Her proportions are okay. She's still got them hips, and her shoulders are quite wide, but that's okay. I was trying. Ah, my favorite. These are the swatches from the Ohuhu markers when Liam and I got them, because we shared them for a little bit, and then I claimed them as mine. So we've got all of the different blue shades. There are 3 blues here. They're extremely pale. All of our greens. We've got pinks and reds, yellows and oranges, and browns. We've got our grays here, our skin tones and pinky, very pale colors, purples, fluorescents. These are Copic. This is Copic. This is the black marker. And then these are my Winsor Newton skin tones. So I swatched all of them, and it took me, I think, an hour or 2 to swatch all of them and organize them. This is the first picture I drew with the Copics, with the Ohuhu markers. I really enjoy this one just because I can tell that I was getting a hang of what I was drawing. The hands here aren't bad, the proportions are really nice. I still don't know how to draw feet, so this is probably still how I draw feet, but her head is a little large and her neck is kind of small for her head, but it's okay. I tried. Her ears are a little high too, but she's not bad. Like, it's not awful. I'm gonna turn the book for this one. This is another one that I did. after we got the hoo-hoo markers, Liam and I drew a lot of stuff after hoo-hoo markers. So, I drew her. She's kind of leaning on her hand and relaxing on, I guess, rocks. Like, she's climbing stuff, and she's like, I am so sick of climbing stuff. We're done now. The proportions are not bad. The hair dynamic is pretty good. I think I should have brought the hair out a bit here or had it, like, loop in a different way, but it's not bad. I like the eyes on this one in particular, and the nose shape. I think they came out really nice. But they are very obvious Doodle Date inspiration, at least to me, I can tell. These are derivative of Jazz's arty games that were meant to be, like, it's a character randomization thing. So this one was blonde hair, demon eyes, and I'm assuming like a round face or straight hair or something like that. And then this one was curly hair and hazel eyes and an almond-shaped face, I think. So it was just kind of like to practice characters and get into drawing. This is a little witch I drew a very long time ago. It feels like a very long time ago anyways, after we got the hoo-hoos. And it was I don't remember exactly what this was based off of, but I know I saw a YouTuber do a witch, and I was like, okay, well, I want to draw a witch because it's getting towards Halloween. So I drew a witchy witch. This is my absolute favorite drawing in the sketchbook, and I forgot I had it. This is the cutest little thing. I think it's supposed to be like myself, but the feet here are great. The hands are perfect. I love the head. Her shirt and her outfit are great. I'm not going to read what the shirt says because I try to be very PG in what I say, but I am not always PG in what I do. So her shirt is the best part of this. I was then told that I should censor it by my parents because I was 16, I think. 16 or 17 when I drew this. No, I would have been 17 because it's Halloween. And they're like, oh, well, you should censor it. And I'm like, I'm not going to. You can't make me because I love it. So she is my spirit animal and I love her. In comparison though, because I'm thinking about it, this is a painting that I recently did that is in this more cartoony style compared to this. And I'm just gonna say the neck proportions are so different. Like, they're very tiny characters that I drew, so there's nothing wrong with it, but the stuff that I'm drawing now is very different in proportion size. We've got one where I tried to draw the face, and I was just having a bad day and couldn't draw the face, so she became a ninja assassin lady who's in a onesie. I guess that's kind of what it looks like, isn't it? She looks like she's in a onesie. I don't know if I intended that. I think it's kind of funny, but you can see I was trying to draw the hair and the face and it just wasn't working. So she's a ninja assassin lady. This is my first attempt at a portrait after not having taken an art class in a couple of years. It's not bad. The eye is a little low. It should be more up here. The nose isn't awful. It just protrudes a bit much and it doesn't line up very well. And the lips are kind of strange. They could be a little bit bigger. And this should be a different turn. It should turn out more like that. Other than that, the ear is good. The jawline's fine. It's more of a masculine jawline, but it's not awful. And yeah, I did okay on the hair. Shoulders are good. A little small maybe, but yeah, this one's actually dated. It's the first day of November? No, first day of October, I think. Yeah, first day of October. So I drew all of the Halloween stuff before Halloween even happened. I'm very good at that. This was me trying to draw someone in a chair. It's not bad. I'm actually kind of proud of this one. I was trying to copy Casey Golden and how she has her characters break the frame. Or she does like these little circle bottom background things. Her top half is a little bit larger than I think it should have been, or I just didn't draw the shirt accurately enough for that. Her arm's a little large, but that's okay because it's kind of towards the camera hanging over the chair. But I do like this one. It doesn't look bad. This is based off of Arrow, like the Green Arrow, kind of. Because I was watching the show at the time and I was like, okay, what if I made the Green Arrow girl? And I did that and nobody stopped me. It doesn't look bad. The hands are a little wonky, but trying to draw someone pulling back a bow and holding a bow with an arrow between their fingers when you're not very good at drawing things isn't awful. I even tried to do shines on her hair, which isn't bad. I don't really do that now, but yeah. She looks like she's wearing socks. Just wanted to point that out. I'm really good at my feet. And then we've got this weird alien mermaid, and I don't really know what inspired her, but she's kind of cool, I guess. She's got like this crown, weird horn thing, and she's got pointy ears. Her hand is I don't know if her hand's backwards. Yeah, I think her hand's backwards. I don't think I did that intentionally. Actually, her hand might not be backwards. How? Oh god, hold on. You stay there for a moment. Oh, okay, if you're grabbing the hair. No, I suppose it's not backwards, it's just a weird angle. She got a large chest compared to a very skinny body. I think I did that a lot on accident. Okay. And then we've got this last page in here. A little late to cover my name now, but whatever. So it just says what this sketchbook survived, how long I worked on it from. So I finished this October 14th. I say it's about 4-ish years of progress, and it says I've never finished a sketchbook before, so yeah, that's a thing that happened. Just lots of color, and I was trying to figure out what to play with, because I didn't do a starting page for this. Got my little tiny signature down here. And it says, the sketchbook survived 3 moves, 2 schools, 1 banishing, and multiple dogs and cats. I hope if I send this to a college, it will find its way back home someday. But this was when I was told that you sometimes had to send your sketchbooks to colleges, and I thought this was going to be the one that I would send, because it has the most development and most work that I put into one. But now, after I did the other sketchbook that you guys saw, I don't think I would send this one off. I think I'd keep this one for myself. Just because, I mean, Invader Zim. But can we just say Invader Zim to, like, this is impressive. I went from not really having a style and copying cartoons to developing a style relatively quickly. Because we go from lapis and diamond and like, gems and stuff that are very heavily Steven Universe to starting a style, kind of developing your style, getting more of a style. Look it, you have a style. Lots of markers. Drawing in a style. Like, I'm impressed with myself with how quickly I developed how I wanted to draw and stopped copying people and just started drawing what was natural to me. It's crazy, because if I look at a sketchbook now, like a whole another sketchbook, the one that I'm working on now that you guys have seen, my big Strathmore one, it's not super different from the way that I started this sketchbook. Like, it's a similar style, but I mean, my style's changed. Like, the facial structure, the neck, and everything are different here. She's got more pointy fingers than square fingers. We've got dragons in this one, I don't think. I haven't seen any of the sketchbook yet, so we're just gonna be very quick. But here is the cartooning stuff that I've been working on now. It's very similar in style. It's just shifted slightly to accommodate the anatomy things that I've learned. Like, the neck doesn't need to be a stick. Like, this one's small because I was trying to replicate how I was drawing before. And this one is a little bit bigger, and this one are about the size that I would say I wanted to draw, and then that's how it turned out. So it still can be cartoony without taking that away. And then we've got more realistic. This one isn't a great example. I was having a rough day when I was drawing this one, but we've got the more realistic style where it's like, yeah, it takes a lot of the cartoony aspects like this, and it's similar, but this is more realistic proportions, and it's realistic lips and eyes that are similar and that kind of thing. So you can have the 2 different styles, which I thought was cool. But that's getting off topic. So I hope you guys enjoyed the sketchbook tour. I've got a couple older ones that I am very nervous to show and share because it's got a lot of very strange things in there. I might do like an abandoned, given up sketchbook tour kind of thing, because I've got a couple that I've kind of abandoned and stopped working on at this point, and I've just kind of called them okay, done. If you guys want to see that, make sure you leave a like down below, and just tell me in the comments what do you think of my development in my art style. I think it's pretty crazy that it went that quickly, because all the drawings in here are all the drawings that I did in that time. If I drew anything else, it was on scrap pieces of paper and just doodles. These were the actual drawings that I was doing at that time. So, hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone!
Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to check out another one over there, and if you want to see the full playlist for this series, check out over here. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!